I've been putting this video off for so long because I just know it's going to be a long one and I'm going to talk and talk and talk probably. I'm going to try to keep it the routine part towards the beginning and more specific, and then at the end throw in my 2 cents on different things that hopefully will help anybody who is struggling with skin and skincare issues, because I'm telling you, the struggle is real. I'll just start off with like what kind of skin I have. I will be 31 in November, getting up there. So not only do I have to deal with dry skin, I have a pretty good amount of redness in my skin, and I have been dealing with acne, blemish type stuff for years. And now on top of that, I have to try and prevent wrinkles. So all into one, this is what has been working for me. And not only is it continuously working, but I feel like it's continuously working and improving my skin from even how it's been in the last couple of years, I guess. So I'm just going to start off with my morning routine, and I have a clean face because I wash everything off at nighttime. So when I jump in the shower, I just take my Paula's Choice Perfectly Natural Cleansing Gel, and this is a cleanser that I have been using since it came out. When she first released this Earth Source line, I purchased the whole thing, and this is the thing out of the line that I am obsessed with. This here, I don't use this word very often, but this is a holy grail product for me. So I just take a pea-sized amount of this and I put it on my fingers, and then I take the cleanser and directly distribute it over my face. And then I take my Foreo. This one here is the sensitive skin to normal skin, and I massage my face with this. And anything from the night before, which I'll get into the night routine, retinol, stuff like that, any type of skin that is ready to come off my face from exfoliating products or like retinoid products, this gets it off. And what I'm obsessed with this tool as well. I used to be really obsessed with the Clarisonic, and that literally tore my skin up, but it was almost like you become obsessed, not obsessed, but you really look for that scrubbing on the skin, especially when you have acne. It's almost like you feel like you can scrub it off, which is ridiculous sounding, I know, but it's like a satisfaction thing that you're thinking, maybe if I keep on, you know, scrubbing morning and night using Clarisonic, maybe my acne will clear up. Totally not the case. That thing probably flared up my skin, made it raw and red more than anything I've ever probably used on it. I backed off of that, and now I don't even use it at all. I haven't reached for my Clarisonic since I've got this Foreo. And I think the biggest difference between the Foreo and the Clarisonic, see here I go off on, hopefully it's helpful anyway, is this is like silicone nubs. The size of the smaller nub is probably the size of probably 50 bristles on a Clarisonic head, where this here will buff your skin and it will get anything that needs to come off, but it won't continue to scrub at your skin after it's removed when it needs to removed. It will just kind of buff and almost massage your face, where the Clarisonic, if you were to go in to do an exfoliation, it will get that exfoliation, you know, the skin or anything that needs to come off your face, but it will also continue to scrub your skin, that's where it gets pretty irritating. I won't go back to a Clarisonic ever after this thing here. And then too, I was watching a video of Lisa Eldridge's, and she has this whole massaging your face, you know, scenario or mechanism or routine that she does to her face every so often. And I kind of feel like, because this is kind of like a sonic vibration device, it gives your face a good massage as far as circulation and all of that stuff goes. Again, I use it at night, but I'll get into that in a minute. So I really, really love this. I think it seems kind of pricey, $199, but Sephora carries it now, so if you end up not liking it or anything like that, Sephora is awesome on returns. Anyway, you don't have to buy brush heads for this. It's awesome, which when I go into Sephora and I used to say, oh, I need new brush heads, that's the last thing that's the last thing that I want to spend my money on, is Clarisonic brush heads. So the tool itself and replacing the brush heads was also kind of a pain. I love this. I'm obsessed with this. So I go in with the Paula's Choice cleanser, and then I give my face a good old massage with the Foreo, and that's what I do for cleansing in the morning. Then after cleansing, I go in with one of these cotton squares. These are Studio 35% premium cotton squares. They are 100% pure cotton, which is what you're going to want if you're using something for putting liquid on your face after, or toning type stuff. I've tried the Shiseido ones. I actually have some, but I prefer these. The Shiseido ones, I feel like I put the product on the little cotton, and then when I go to put it on my face, because the Shiseido ones are so thin, I actually get product running down my fingers, and I don't want to get it all over the pad. I want to concentrate it in kind of one spot and use the other half of the pad to put it over my face. These absorb the product nicely, and they don't leave cotton on my face. And I get these at Walgreens. When I'm able to go to a Walgreens, I stock up, and they're like $6 maybe for 100 count. So I really like these cotton squares. And on those cotton squares, I use the Paula's Choice Clear Anti-Redness Exfoliating Solution. This is 2% salicylic acid, blemish prone skin, regular strength. This is what the bottle looks like. I will list all of these things in the description box down below, so you know exactly what product it is. She does do a BHA exfoliating solution, which is actually the exact same solution as the clear anti-redness exfoliating solution in the extra strength version. And now, depending on how my skin is reacting, or if I'm having a blemish or something like that, and granted, now if there's a little bit of a blemish sparking up on my face, I don't wait till 2 or 3 more pop up. When there's one, I bust out the big guns, which I'll show you. Like, I have a regular strength and an extra strength of both, like both the lotion and the toners from Paula's Choice, depending on how my skin is. Depends on which one I'm going to use. It's like I head them off or something. Anyway, I don't use this one nearly as much. So this is the main one that I use right here, is the regular strength version. And the amount of salicylic acid in both products is the same, but the pH level is different. She can make her pH levels depending on the strength, super strong or mild. So, but personally, I really like the regular strength clear anti-redness exfoliating solution. And then after toning, I go in with the Clear Daily Skin Clearing Treatment, 2.5% benzoyl peroxide. Mostly I use the clear. Again, if ever something pops up, I bust out the the extra strength one, which is a 5% benzoyl peroxide, also from Paula's Choice. So depending on how my skin is being, will depend on which one I use, but 90% of the time on both of these in the morning, I use this one right here, the regular strength version. At night right now, since the weather is changing, I swear my skin always likes to have little issues here and there when the weather changes. So I've kind of been using the extra strength one at nighttime, but we'll get into that. I guess I should mention, before I tone or use either of those acne products from Paula's Choice, I do put on my eye treatment first, because I don't want to get any of those products near my eye area, because things just ain't gonna go well if they do. Redness, itching, swelling, all of that through this area will happen if I get too much of those products in that area. So I always go in with my eye treatment, which I use a little bit of the Resist Super Antioxidant Concentrate Serum, which looks like this right here. This is a product, I love it. I've been using it for years as well. And after I put that around my eyes, I go in with the either one of these are great. This is the Olay Regenerist Regenerating Serum. This is the fragrance-free version, which is the same formula as the little bottle of eye serum that they sell, except for it doesn't have like the mica shimmers in it or whatever. You get 3 times the amount for the same price. So this one here, this is what the bottle looks like. Or either the CeraVe Eye Repair Cream, which looks like this right here. I'll use either one of these with a dab, yes, a dab, of pure raw honey around my eyes. We'll get into that honey later as well. Anyway, I do that eye treatment, and then I go in with the toner and the clear lotion. And then after both of the acne products all over the face, I will use the Resist Super Antioxidant Serum all over the face as well. And then I top it with the CeraVe Facial Moisturizing Lotion. This is the PM version, and I mix this with honey as well. In the morning, I do 3/4 moisturizer to a 1/4 part honey. in the morning time. A lot of people have said, isn't that sticky? Like, I visit people on Instagram about it and stuff, and it is a little, it can be a little sticky, and sometimes it will funk with depending on what type of makeup you're putting over it. But to be honest, the honey has done so many amazing things for my skin. I don't care. And I also go along the philosophy that if makeup isn't working with my skincare, I don't swap out my skincare to make my makeup work. I'll find some makeup that will work. So I kind of live by that little philosophy. Anything that I put on my face, face makeup, stuff like that, I try to have some benefits to it, and my skincare always comes first before my makeup. So, and then after the overall moisturization of my face, I go in with the Banana Boat Kids UVA UVB Protection Sunscreen Lotion. Broad spectrum SPF 50. This is a mineral sunscreen. It's got 3.1% titanium dioxide and 4% zinc oxide. It's a little thicker and a little, it's got that white cast feel to it, which I know a lot of people don't like, but sometimes I have tried some thinner consistency sunscreens and I'm just not comfortable using the physical sunscreens, like the mineral sunscreens, because they're physical barriers on the face. I feel like they're too thin. I feel like I'm not going to be protected. I've never burned with this ever. I've tried the Nature Source from Banana Boat as well, was one of my favorites. Real thick white, but I never burned with it. I don't see that hardly anywhere, so I think they discontinued it. But this one is a little bit thinner than that one, and it works great. And I prefer a mineral sunscreen because I have super sensitive, highly reactive skin. Like, the littlest of anything or anything here or there will do something to my face. And I'm really, really pale, so the redness really, really shines through. Anyway, I prefer the mineral sunscreen because it's more gentle on my skin. And like I said before, mineral sunscreens are a physical barrier from the sun across the face. So your mineral sunscreens bounce off the sun's rays, whereas your chemical sunscreens, not only, especially for me, they're more irritating to my skin, but those actually absorb the sun's rays so that your skin doesn't. I've heard some people say that the sunscreens, if you use like makeup with sunscreen and an actual sunscreen, that they can counteract each other and not work anymore and stuff like that. That's not the case. They're actually figuring out now that combining a chemical sunscreen with a mineral sunscreen is extra beneficial to help getting all of the rays from the sun to protect your skin. So you can use physical and chemical sunscreens together. You can layer sunscreens together. I particularly like to layer mineral sunscreen. So I got my mineral sunscreen, and I'm really keen on Bare Minerals Matte Foundation, Laura Geller, Balance and Brighten, mineral foundations that also have a good SPF. That's a whole nother topic. But anyway, so after the sunscreen comes the makeup. Now, going into the night routine, I don't use a makeup remover. I don't use makeup removing towels or anything of that sort. If there's ever anything that I can't get off my eyes after I've jumped out of the shower and did my face stuff in the shower, a little tiny bit of coconut oil will get whatever off. Granted, unless you do theatrical, you know, that type of extreme makeup, the Paula's Choice cleanser gets off almost anything except for stuff like that, or a really strong waterproof mascara. So I don't use those things, and I see a lot of people using the makeup towels. And if you're somebody who, you know, showers at night or takes a bath at night or something like that, give the water a chance to break down your makeup and your cleanser. I feel like if your cleanser can't get off your daily regular makeup, granted, I've used stronger makeups as well, like Revlon Color Stay and stuff like that, and this does get it off. If your cleanser doesn't do that, you probably want to get a new cleanser, because it's probably not doing a very good job of cleansing your skin anyway. And as far as the makeup towels go, they just kind of make me cringe, because you're taking a cloth over the day's grime and dirt and stuff and over the makeup, and you're essentially rubbing it into the skin. Yeah, the wipe is taking off the makeup, but you're also kind of rubbing it into the skin. And like, I had to keep a pack of Olay sensitive skin wipes around, the ones that have the moisture in them, because it doesn't matter the season, fall, summer, spring, winter, we're prone to losing electricity out here, and when there's no electricity, the water pump don't work because we have well water. I live on a farm, so I have those around in case I need to do that. And I'm so funny about like the wipes and the skin type thing that I will take a makeup wipe and I will wipe off one, all in different sections of the wipe. I never like go over two spots twice with something that I already wiped off, if that makes any sense. And I'll flip it over and do that, and then I'll grab a new one and go over the face, and anyway, process. That's under extreme conditions only, if I like have to use one. But again, if you wash your face at night, skip the towel and give your cleanser a chance to get the cleanser in your water to get off your makeup first. Anyway, I know I'm going to go off topic a few times, but I just hope I'm helpful. So anyway, I jump in the shower, say at nighttime, and I take a pea-size amount of the pea-size, nickel-size, I don't know, of the Earth Source cleanser, and I'm sitting in the shower and the water's going on my face, doing a little bit of a breakdown of the makeup, and then I go in with that much cleanser and I massage it over the face, and this stuff removes everything on my face. And then I go in with a tiny bit more, distribute it all over my face, and go back in with my Foreo and give it a good massage, and squeaky clean. So after the nightly cleansing there, I do the eye treatment again, a bit of the Resist all over the eye area. And I've heard some people say as well not to take moisturizers and stuff like that up to the lash line. I put it everywhere. This whole orbital area, I take it to the lash line, both on the upper lid and the lower lid. That's skin too, and I'm telling you, man, once that skin gets wrinkly or dried and crepey or anything like that, which happens from dryness or not using moisturizing things on that area, or too much makeup or what have you, there is little to nothing you can do to remove that as far as when you get older. Once like you get wrinkles right here and on your lid, there is very, very little you could do to make those better. So I totally recommend putting your eye treatments and your moisturizers around that entire area of the skin. And I do that with the Resist Paula's Choice Antioxidant Serum. And then I top it off again with, currently I've been using the Olay Regenerist, this one right here, same as I mentioned before, or the CeraVe Eye Cream. It's been one of these two it's been this for years, but this more recently, probably 5-6 months ago, I started using this one as well. And then I mix it in with a little bit of the honey, a little bit more at nighttime than I do during the daytime. And then after I put the eye treatments on, I go in with a product called Epiduo. This is a prescription grade vitamin A, which all retinoids, retin-A's, or anything like that are derivatives of vitamin A. This one here is in the form called adapalene, and it's mixed with 2.5% benzoyl peroxide. This product is great. I was using a tretinoin cream for a while, but I wanted to use benzoyl peroxide as well at night to help fight the acne. And tretinoin cream, which is the most common form of prescription retin A, is actually deactivated when you mix it with benzoyl peroxide. So using benzoyl peroxide with the tretinoin was it was pointless to even use the tretinoin, and I wanted to use benzoyl peroxide. So the Epiduo has been doing that for me. And as of probably 2 or 3 months ago, I have been mixing a bit of this here, because this is some strong concentrated stuff, and you only want to use a little bit, but it's a little bit more difficult to distribute it all over the face nicely with the little bit of amount that you need. So I've been mixing it with, again, one of the clear daily skin clearing treatments, either the 2.5 or the 5% one, depending on how my skin is being. Like I said, if I see one little something popping up, then I bust out the 5% and I just mix the two together. Probably I'd probably say not quite half and half. A tiny bit more of the clear lotion than the Epiduo, and about a dime size amount to cover my entire face. And then again, depending on how my skin is being, if it's deciding to have a blemish here or there or something, I'll wait 10 minutes to put on my serum and my moisturizer, because it will penetrate more if you let it sit on the skin a little bit longer. Now, the Epiduo is a prescription treatment. I was lucky enough to, when I went to go fill my prescription at like CVS, the guy working there, he hooked me up big time. The first bottle that I had bought was like ridiculous amount of money. And when I went to refill it, I was dreading filling it because I was like, I can't, this is ridiculous how much money it was. He hooked me up with what they call a trial card, and it ended up costing me like $12 as opposed to $300. I'm not even joking. Really expensive stuff, but it's really amazing. I'm gonna probably wean myself off of it and go back with an adapalene, because with the use of incorporating the honey now, I can use my stronger products, salicylic acids, benzoyl peroxides, to fight the acne without my skin falling off. So I might be able to wean myself off of that and go back onto a tretinoin cream. Granted, I'll have to alternate those products, the tretinoin and the benzoyl peroxide, for fighting acne, because one deactivates the other. So, and I believe if you're 25 and under and you have insurance, you can get your insurance to cover the epidural, and you might even, I think even the younger you are, you might be more apt to get on the trial card as well. But it's definitely a product worth checking out. So after I use those products, I go back in all over my face again with the Resist Super Antioxidant Serum, and then I follow up with the same CeraVe PM Facial Moisturizing Lotion. Looks like that right there. And again, the honey here. This is pure honey from Colorado's Western Slope, raw and unrefined, from the Ambrosia Honey Company. So it is raw, organic, unrefined honey. It looks like this here. This stuff is some good stuff, and I know I saw Vintager Tacky mention this months ago in a video. I can't remember which one, and she lives in California, I'm pretty sure. So I want to say that this is distributed pretty widely throughout the US, but I'm sure whatever country you're in, you can get some of this type of honey. And at nighttime, I do mix more honey with my moisturizer. I do about 2/3 moisturizer to 1/3 honey at nighttime, which is a little bit more sticky, but the benefits far exceed having to deal with any type of stickiness. Like, I don't even care. I almost forgot my lip treatments. Once every probably week and a half, I'd go, yeah, let's go week and a half. I use the Paula's Choice Lip Perfecting Gentle Scrub with Microbeads. It comes in a little deal like this right here. This is the best lip exfoliant I've used. I've used ones from Fresh, Lush, Bliss Spa. I've used several different lip scrubs. Nothing compares to this. It is amazing. You don't want to overuse it. Like I said, I use it probably every week and a half, 2 weeks, because it will make your lips feel so soft. It exfoliates. So you don't want to overuse something like that, especially on your lips, because the skin is a lot thinner there. And then the lip balm that I use is the Paula's Choice Lip and Body Treatment Balm. It looks like this. One of these tubs, it's a ½ ounce in there. One of these tubs lasts me for like 6 months. It's ridiculous. And I've tried the By Terry Balm de Rose and the Christian Dior Creme de Rose. I've tried some really expensive lip balms. And funny story, my last pot of this had run out, and I knew I bought another one. I just couldn't find it at the time. So I was like, oh, I'll just use this By Terry Balm de Rose. It costs enough. I should probably use it up. So I was using that every night before I went to bed. And then during the day, slowly as the days went on, I was like, man, my lips are feeling uncomfortable and kind of dry. That's what it was. I wasn't using my Paula's Choice lip balm at nighttime. So I just use the Dior and the By Terry kind of in the daytime. If I have dryness, put it over lipstick, or at night, you know, nighttime before I shower if I'm watching TV or whatever. But I don't go without this stuff. I use it every single night. It is the best lip balm I have ever used. It's cheap. You can get the lip exfoliant and this balm, I think, together in like a little bundle package for, I want to say, like 15 bucks. It's ridiculous how amazing those products are. So that's what I use on my lips. So that is my full day and night skincare routine. I do have a few products that I've been dabbling with. The Paula's Choice Clinical 1% Retinol Treatment. I've been dabbling ever so slightly with some right here under the eyes and a couple times over the face. This is some potent stuff as well, but it's not fully made its way into my regime yet. Oh, and then as far as the honey is concerned, I know it sounds absolutely crazy, but one of the biggest things when years of struggling with acne, I mean, Proactive, the Acne Free that they sold at Walmart, Murad, you name the you know, raved about acne product, I tried it, and you know, it worked to an extent, but one of the biggest problems that I had with products like that was it dried out my face so bad. Like I constantly around my mouth, like in this area, it was peeling off. And it wasn't just like a little bit of flaking, it was a lot, and it was so annoying because it's like you're trying to choose between hydrating your skin and not having it flake and literally fall off, or having acne. It's like, what, you know, and for me it's like I was dealing with the dry skin to not have the acne. And so like the routine that you guys seen, the benzoyl peroxide and the salicylic acid and the epiduo with the adapalene, which is a prescription grade retin A, those are some potent ingredients and no way could I have them in the routine that I've been using them if I hadn't started mixing honey into my moisturizer. It's just been a godsend to my skin because I can use those products that fight the acne, and like I very rarely get a blemish now, which is just so nice to have to do that, you know. And I don't sway off my skincare routine. I mean, it's pretty strict morning and night, and I feel like sometimes people veer off in different directions because it's so easy to want to try other products. And granted, when you find something that works for your skin, it takes a lot of courage and motivation and convincing yourself just to weasel something else into the program that you got going on. Like some advice, if you're somebody who likes to really watch skincare videos to learn something that maybe be beneficial to your own skin, I guess I'd really pay attention to how much the person you're watching is mentioning skincare products. Because again, when you find something that works and you deal with the acne and the dry skin and all of those things, you do not sway from it very often. You know, you might try a new product here and there. If I get a new skincare product or something like that, it'll probably take me a week before I even try to use it. And when I do use it, I use it once and then go back to my routine. And then maybe a week later, use it 2 times. I kind of wean it in there because I don't want anything insane to happen to my face. Because it's taken that long to get my skin to where it is. And back to the honey, again, if you look up the benefits of honey, not only for your health and stuff like that, it's antibacterial, there's a list of things that honey is beneficial for, not only eating it, but topically. And the thing that made me even think about, because I've always been my own little scientist when it comes to my skincare, because I just finally got fed up and did my own research, which I fully recommend. The internet, if you're watching this video, you have full access to so much information on skincare, on anything actually, but that's what I did. I just got fed up and I did my own little research on this and that and the other. And I had saw that Fresh did some kind of cream ancient honey mask or something like that, and honey clicked in my head because I had tried a few other crazy little concoctions before, and I thought, why not try the honey? And oh my god, so glad that I did. I just can't rave on it enough how I'm able to use the products that I use that effectively exfoliate my face and help keep the acne away and also moisturize it with the inclusion of that honey. I'm so grateful for it. So, and then as far as acne fighting ingredients are concerned, benzoyl peroxide is a acne fighter that kills bacteria on the surface of the skin, and then your salicylic acid is what gets down into the pore to kill bacteria. And you have different types of acne that form from both surface bacteria and bacteria in the pore, which my skin is prone to all of the lovely types of acne that there is, from cystic and black and white and whatever types of acne out there. I've had it on my face before. So I like to use both a salicylic acid and a benzoyl peroxide. And on top of that, a salicylic acid is also an exfoliant, and I like to exfoliate my face twice a day, which sounds harsh, but it's not in the sense that I'm going to try to explain it to you guys. You want to use a chemical exfoliant to loosen up the skin cells on the top of the face, so that when you go in with a physical exfoliator, such as the Foreo, which I love and use, those skin cells are ready to come off the face. So if you try to exfoliate your face before you even have any skin cells that are loosened up on the surface of your skin in the first place, you're going to aggravate and irritate your own skin. So you really want to use a product such as that to loosen up those skin cells before you try to physically exfoliate them. And you also don't want to use a physical exfoliator that is too rough on your skin. That's why, again, I love the Foreo, because it's not like a granule type of product thing, and it doesn't scrub at my skin. It rather gently buffs off anything that needs to come off of it. Which then leads me to thinking about little scrubbies and scrubby exfoliators and stuff like that, or cleansers that give you a cooling sensation and stuff like that. in your mind you tell yourself that those sensations that those products give your skin, that cooling sensation or that fresh feeling or something like that, is actually making you feel fresh, or working is the term that we all like to use, is with products like that essentially. And companies, skincare companies, people making these products, they know that. And in the back of your mind you think it's working, this product is working when you feel that sensation. The majority of the time it's something like menthol. There's a couple other ingredients as well that can cause this effect, but those ingredients are really, really, really irritating to the skin, and that cooling sensation that you're feeling is none other than irritation. And if used topically, like if menthol or something like that is in an ingredient, either in your foundation or a skincare product that you leave on your face for a long period of time, menthol can actually start to break down the collagen and the elastin in your skin. So that's a big ingredient to watch out for, to not want in anything that you're putting on your face. I even made some little notes here. That's how much I wanted to hopefully help folks. So I have a little bit of information on organic products. I know a lot of people like to steer towards organic. There are great organic products out there, but there's also organic products that are really, really bad because of like certain plant extracts, or you can get fragrance from plants and consider it organic, or there's oils from a lot of plants that a lot of companies ruin good skincare products with inclusion of those, whether it's for fragrance or to use this plant oil or whatever, that are very irritating towards the skin. So just because something is organic does not mean that it is better for your skin, just as I feel like if something is chemical doesn't mean it's necessarily bad for your skin. Like these are, you know, chemical exfoliants that I totally recommend using. So you kind of want to beware of that if you're somebody who is really into your organic skincare. And then on the same note, I have really sensitive skin. I know right away if something's going to irritate or aggravate my skin. You might not have sensitive skin and be able to put anything all over your face, but just because your skin doesn't have a reaction like somebody with sensitive skin does, doesn't mean that it's not doing damage while it's sitting on your face, whether it's you know, free radical damage, or it's breaking down, you know, stuff on your face from the ingredients that are in it, or irritation, which causes inflammation, which leads to pretty much premature aging and wrinkles, and you know, the list goes on. So even if you do have that skin that you're able to put anything on, I'd still be aware of the ingredients in the products that you're using, both skincare wise and foundation wise. And another ingredient that really has a bad rap is mineral oil. I've seen a lot of different companies say that, you know, free of mineral oils and this and that, treating almost mineral oil like it's a chemical or something. And mineral oil goes under all kinds of different names. There's Vaseline, paraffin liquidum, petroleum jelly. Those are all, there's several different types of mineral oils, grades of mineral oils, all of that stuff. I do not think that mineral oil is a bad ingredient for the skin. There's what it can do, because it's so heavy, depending on what kind of mineral oil it is, and in the products it can, because it is that heavy of a product, it can clog the pores and lead to acne. And it all depends on the skin type and the grade of the mineral oil, whether it'll do that or not. And if you want to really get technical, mineral oil comes from oil which comes from the earth, which is like 100% natural, which is kind of crazy, right? Another side note, you guys all see how much makeup I like to buy. I used to be like that with skincare as well. And the difference between the two was either skincare products worked or they didn't. And probably 90% of the time when I was going and buying these skincare products, they didn't work. And I'm talking from Sisley, La Mer, from Lancome, Estee Lauder, Olay, and everywhere in between, you name it, I've tried it. I don't think that more expensive products yield better results. I actually think that a lot of the more expensive products are glorified a lot of the times alcohol and mineral oil. I got a set of the Chanel, their new skincare, and I could not believe the ingredients when I looked at them, which is one of the first things that I do. The second or third ingredient on, I think, all three products was alcohol. And you really want to avoid alcohol. It just strips your skin and makes it dry, and it's not good for really anything. So I feel pretty fortunate now to have my routine down to how it is, because I don't have those skincare products laying around because I will never use them because they were so bad to my skin. Whereas makeup, you can have 10 pink blushes or whatever and use whichever one you want. Skincare, you kind of can't do that with. So, and one of the things that really started me on this whole path was I just got fed up, you know, and I was in Barnes & Noble and I ran across Don't Go to the Cosmetics Counter Without Me by Paula, where I get a lot of my information, which I'll link that down below, and she does product reviews and stuff like that. Granted, I do listen to what she has to say about ingredients in products, but when it comes to makeup, because makeup is so personal and it just depends on what somebody's looking for in their makeup, I don't listen to her reviews when it comes to performance on certain makeup products, but I do listen to what she has to say about ingredients. And I did challenge her her information a few times, and the results were never good because I was skeptical as well, you know, so I would veer off every once in a while and try a product just because it was either hyped up or something like that against my better judgment. Case in point, the Glam Glow mask, which is a product I no longer use and I do not recommend it, which is the only product from my last skincare video, which I totally look crazy in that video, but I'll link it down below. I recommend every single product in the last skincare video I did over a year and a half ago, which will hopefully tell you something as far as how long I've been using some of these same products. But I recommend every product that I mentioned in my last skincare video. I also recommend it in this video, except for the Glam Glow mask. So that was something that I had went against my better judgment on just because I wanted to love something that people were hyping up, and I give it up. I don't do that anymore. Real quick, I'll mention a couple of masks that I also like. I mentioned this in my last video as well. This is the Clinique Moisture Surge Overnight Mask. It's a great mask to wear at nighttime. Like, I could do my whole nighttime routine and then slather a layer of this over the top if I want even more hydration. And the same thing with the Paula's Choice Skin Recovery Hydrating Treatment. Can do the same thing with that, or you can put either of these on and put your face like over a steamer for an ultimate hydration experience. Another really good one is the Ultra Repair Instant Oatmeal Mask from First Aid Beauty. It's a good one for sensitive skin. It nourishes the skin really nice. It's got oatmeal in it. And then if I'm having a little bit of breakout issues, I'll bust out the Paula's Choice Skin Balancing Oil Absorbing Mask, which I've used this for quite a few years as well. And I haven't been using that for a long time because I haven't had a need to, since I've been using the honey in my routine, which has probably been since last, October? Yeah. Oh, and the Foreo too, you guys. I've had that for almost a year now, and I've only put it on the charger 3 times, and I use it morning and night. So there's another plus to the Foreo. It's crazy. One of the masks that I use more regularly, probably once every 2 weeks, is the McNamara Miracle Skin Transformer. This is just a good one for tightening, brightening type of effect, and it just gives a real good nourishing feeling to the skin. This is like my 3rd tub of this. I really, really enjoy this one. Then too, if you guys want to see my skin buck naked, I'll link the video to my foundation technique down below, and you can see my skin naked. I do have a mole right here. I have one right here and right here. So if you see those are what those are. And then to fully recommend the Paula's Choice website. She has an ingredients dictionary list on there. I dissect anything that goes on directly onto my face, from my skincare to my foundation. I really dissect ingredients. If she doesn't have, especially if she doesn't have a review already on her website. And again, I have challenged her information, Phoebe. I have challenged her information a few times, and it was not good results when it comes to ingredients. So I do recommend her website to check out the ingredients and products that you are already using. Ooh, a cheaper alternative to the Paula's Choice cleanser, or the one that I was using before. I really became addicted to that one. There's one by Olay. Olay Foaming Face Wash for sensitive skin. It's fragrance free. It foams and it really removes makeup nicely as well. So if you want, and it's like what? It comes in a tube version, like a pretty large size tube version. It also comes in a bottle. It comes in a larger tube version, like squeeze tube version, and it also comes with a pump. Both formulas of those are the same, and they work really nicely as well. And I think they're only like $4, which is pretty cheap, and they work nicely as well. I don't think that they work quite as nicely as the Paula's Choice one. I just really, really love that cleanser, but it is a cheaper alternative. That it's also a nice cleanser as well. I almost forgot too, I might as well add it since we're talking about the skincare stuff. I say don't forget to wear sunscreen in my videos because, you know, it's kind of a, you know, a beauty channel, and if you don't take care of your skin, your makeup isn't going to go on it as nicely as it would if you take care of your skin, and the sun is the #1 cause of aging. So you want to keep your sunscreen on. And I've had a few people, like in all caps in the comments down below, say sunscreen causes cancer, like in boldface, like screaming at me. Let's say a sunscreen has caused cancer on somebody. I think to myself, has there been more cases of sunscreen causing cancer on people, or from the sun actually causing cancer on people from people who don't wear sunscreen? And then too, if they want to blame it on the sunscreen causing cancer, I kind of think that somebody who blames the sunscreen on the cancer is probably somebody who's out in the sun a lot anyway, and it's probably not the sunscreen. But I do feel like there are far more cases of the sun causing skin cancer than there is from sunscreen causing cancer. So, oh, and as far as studies are concerned, like companies doing studies, like I know Lancome is a big one where they say 98% of women this or that. Big companies like that, they can do a study with a certain amount of people, and they can do it in such a way that the results of that study will read however they want them to. So I never believe ads in magazines. I don't, anything that I see in a magazine as far as products and stuff like that, it's probably paid for to be in the magazine, you know what I mean? So I just really recommend doing your own research, do your own ingredients research and stuff like that. And for me, I've been using these exact products that I've told you now strictly for a very, very long time. So I almost forgot to touch a little bit on retinoids, which are anything from retinol palmitate, stuff that you can get in drugstore brands such as Rock, to prescription grade adapalene like the Epiduo or tretinoin cream. They are all derivatives of vitamin A. As far as miracle ingredients, I don't believe in any any fancy brand claiming that this is the new greatest this or that for fighting against aging and wrinkles. I believe there is one ingredient and one ingredient only that will actually work to improve those fine lines and wrinkles, and that is a prescription grade retin A. I mean, your drugstore ones will work as well, but they will take longer to work, and the benefits that your skin will have from tolerating, and I say tolerating because you do have to train your skin to use it, but once you use it and you've got it worked into your routine, it's just amazing. It helps with discoloration, it helps with acne, it helps with the wrinkles and the fine lines and all of that. So I really, really recommend retinoid in your skin regime, whether even if it is drugstore, but I do really recommend a prescription one. They do amazing things for the skin. I've been using one for probably the last 3 years, I would say. I've tried, I used to use Rafisa, and then I upped it because that's a 0.05% tretinoin, and then I went up to a 0.1% tretinoin, and again I had to alternate my tretinoin cream with the benzoyl peroxide, and I didn't want to do that, so I went with a prescription grade retin A, which is the adapalene mixed in with the benzoyl peroxide, so I could use them together. Also, I don't use the Josie Maran Argan Oil or the Tarte Maracuja Oil anymore. Some of my favorite oils, if I wanted to add some extra antioxidant or extra hydration into my regime, are organic grapeseed oil and organic safflower oil. Organic grapeseed oil is an amazing antioxidant, and it will also, you can notice the difference in hydration in your skin as well. I've got enough hydration in my regime already so that I don't need to add that at the moment, but if I do, that's the one that I would go to. And then safflower oil is actually 97% hyaluronic acid, which that's a term that's thrown around in anti-aging stuff all over, when it's not really an anti-ager. Hyaluronic acid, essentially, it creates a barrier over the skin when you use it to hold moisture that's already in your skin, so it will trap the moisture in your skin so that it's more hydrated is what it is. And believe it or not, that's the exact same thing that Vaseline will do, or your paraffin liquidum, or your petroleum jelly. That's essentially a hyaluronic acid. It traps moisture in the skin, so any type of extra moisture in your skin will plump up fine lines or wrinkles, but the actual ingredient itself doesn't actually make those wrinkles go away, you know what I mean? It may soften them if your skin is dry already. Perhaps if you have already a really hydrated skin and went to use something with hyaluronic acid, I don't think you would notice a difference in your wrinkles. I think that the main ingredient that will, you know, as far as topical stuff without getting into procedures and in office and that stuff, is your prescription grade Retin A. So I told you guys I was gonna like I could still yak forever. Anyway, I better stop. So I sure hope I didn't forget anything. Be sure to check the description bar below, because if I did, I will write anything that I may have forgotten that could have been beneficial to you guys down in the description box down below. And hopefully this video was beneficial to you guys. I hope that, you know, if it helped one person out, that just make my day. So thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.